Hey everyone, before we get started with today's episode, I'd like to give a big shout out and thanks to Mr. Bill McD for today's opening poem. And if you'd like to leave an opening poem for the show, leave it in the comments section below. Now, on with today's game. Lower than a 3, higher than a king. This indeed is a very rare thing on Card Shark. This is the game where a single turn of the cards can win you over $32,000 in cash. And now, to get us started, here's your host of Card Sharks, Brandon Scruggs. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Card Sharks right here at MVG Productions. Glad you could join us here once again. Our last show saw the cards flying neither direction for our players here, but we have a new champion once again. His name is Mr. Jose Cazares. Welcome back, Jose.
Thank you, Brandon. It's great to be back.
Glad to have you back here with us. Last time you won a nice chunk of change, sir, to the tune of $3,400. Have you considered what you're going to do with some of your winnings from this?
I'm actually going to invest in a new jersey to support my favorite sports team, because the one I've got is actually starting to wear down a little bit.
I can see that. Well, you could definitely get a whole new wardrobe, completely deck yourself out in your favorite sports team's merchandise there. So hopefully you enjoy that. But let's see if we can add a little bit more to your bank here as you take on your first opponent here on this episode of Card Sharks. Coming to us, by the way, another fellow Texan aboard here. Please welcome in Mr. Tim McClellan.
Thank you, Brandon.
Glad to have you aboard here. As you guys know here, our faithful viewers of the channel here, Tim is the host of Talk About right here at MVG Productions. Great show we have. If you haven't seen it, check out the playlist here on the channel. Tim, tell the folks at home a little bit more about yourself, sir.
Oh, my name is Tim McClellan. I am the host of Talk About. And when I'm not doing that, my normal job is working for a thrift store, sorting through and going through donations and taking care of holiday stuff, bringing them in and taking them out when they need it. And other than that, I'm a huge sports fan. I'm a game show fan, and I'm just happy to be on this show.
I'm glad to have you aboard. Two Texans going into a shootout at the old OK Corral. Who wins the day? Let's find out as we play some Card Sharks. You guys ready?
All right.
Yeah.
Let's get right into it. You guys, of course, you know you'll play best 2 out of 3 games. Work your way across the board, calling if the next card is higher or lower. Each game you win picks you up $500. Remember, an exact answer or running all the way across the board in one shot will net you a $1,000 bonus. And the winner of the match goes on to our money cards for a shot at $32,000 in cash. So, hopefully, today's the episode we get to see somebody take home all the money. But let's get started here with the first question in round 1 as our champion goes first. Jose, this one's for you. Jose, we asked 100 pregnant women, was this current pregnancy a surprise? How many of those 100 women said it was a surprise?
Oh boy, this is a good question to start with. Some mothers to be expected, others don't. So this could go either way. But I'm going to say that how many of them said it was a surprise?
Yeah, that their current pregnancy is a surprise.
Okay, I would think that's somewhere around the middle. I'm going to go 40 of them would.
40 out of 100 said that their pregnancy is a surprise. Tim, higher or lower than 40?
I think that many women would have said it was a surprise with their pregnancy, so I'm going to go a little bit lower than 40.
I'm say a little lower than that. Well, if the answer is lower, Tim, you'll be playing your cards first. If not, Jose will be. The actual number of women who said that their current pregnancy was a surprise is 48. It is slightly higher.
Oh, wow. I was looking in the ballpark on that one.
Yeah, right there. But hey, the more important thing is the women didn't realize that this pregnancy was going to be on them. So hey, interesting facts there. All right, Jose, you've got control of the cards first. Let's take a look at your base card for this first game. Up at 10.
Oh, that is not a good card to start with. I would like to change it, sir.
All right, good changes. You won the question. You have the right to change it with the next card off the top of the deck. That 10 now becomes a 4.
Much better. We're going to go higher.
Going on higher than the 4. It's a 6.
Ooh. I'm going to go for it and go higher again.
Going on higher than that 6. It's a king.
Lower.
Lower than the king. A 4.
Oh boy.
Higher.
For game 1 of the match and a $1,000 bonus for sweeping the board. Higher than a 4. He's got it with a jack. Nice. Well done, Jose. $500 for that win, plus $1,000 for sweeping the board. $1,500 total there brings you now up to just shy of $5,000. And you're up 1-0. Tim, you got some tough competition ahead of you here, sir.
Oh, we'll just see what happens now.
Yeah, we're going to need to. Sorry, so let's go ahead and clear off the board. Set up for round number 2 of this matchup here. And as always, in round 2, our challenger starts first. So, Tim, this first question will be for you. Tim, we asked 100 marriage counselors, if a couple signs a prenuptial agreement, are they more likely to get a divorce? How many of 100 marriage counselors said they are more likely to get a divorce if they sign a prenup?
I see it on TV all the time, and I hear about it in newspapers and all that. And I would say that yeah, each one wants something if they have a divorce. But I'm going to say that the answer, I'm going to go about 65.
65 out of 100 of them say that they're more likely to get a divorce if they sign a prenup. Jose, higher or lower than 65?
So I'm going to go lower.
I'm going to say
Just a little lower than that.
I'm going to say lower than that. Well, let's see. The actual number of marriage counselors that said a couple is more likely to get a divorce if they sign a prenup is 28. It is lower. Quite a bit lower, surprisingly, at that. All right, Jose, you've got control. We're going to start you off with this second game here with the Dirty Snowman.
Oh, yeah. We are going to change that.
I expected as much. That 8's gone, and now comes a 10.
All right, well, it's a little bit of an improvement. We're going to go lower.
Going lower than the 10. It's a 9.
Oh, wow. Do I dare risk it and do it again? Well, you know what? It's just the first question. It's early. We're going to go for it and go with the odds and go lower.
Okay, going on. Lower than the 9. It's a 5.
All right, higher.
Higher than the 5. Oh, no, another 5. Losing all 3 cards.
Good luck had to end sometime.
Yeah, it did. Losing all 3 cards there, giving Tim a chance to play his base card for the first time. A 7.
Unfortunately, I can't change this. I'll have to go with the odds go higher.
Oh, all right, higher than the 7. Oh, no, another 5.
Oh.
5s get the better of both of our players there, so we at least get to see their base cards in this one. And we now move on to question number 2. This one goes to Jose. Jose, we asked 100 women who are professional truck drivers. We asked them, when you drive by a good-looking man, do you honk your horn at him? How many of 100 women who are truck drivers say when they drive by a good-looking man, they do honk at him?
Again, this could go either way. I mean, on one end, it's just to get their attention. On the other end, it could be just a simple act of courtesy. I would think that's somewhere around the middle again. I'm going to go 45.
45 out of 100 of them said that they do honk their horn at him. Tim, higher or lower than 45?
Agree with what Jose said, but I believe that number is going to be very slightly lower.
Slightly lower than that. All right, we'll see. The actual number of women truck drivers who drive by a good-looking man and honk their horn at him is 41. It is just slightly lower.
Wow. Again, I was in the ballpark there.
Yeah, good call for you, Tim, there. You got control of the cards, and you have the 7. What would you like to do?
Get rid of the 7.
All right, 7 goes away, and in its place we find a deuce.
Very good. Let's go higher.
Higher than the deuce. A king.
Very nice. Let's go lower.
Lower than the king. A 10.
Okay, let's freeze it right there.
I'm gonna freeze it right there, keeping Jose away from his cards. You've got a 3-to-1 card advantage now. So we go to question number 3. This one is for you once again, Tim. Tim, we asked 100 married men, if you and your wife kept a parrot, and one day he said, "I love you, Big Al," would you be suspicious of him? How many of 100 married men said, if your wife, if your pet parrot said, "I love you, Big Al," would you be suspicious of her?
Most of them might be. I'm gonna say it's just above half of them. I'll say 55.
55 out of 100 say that their parrot said, "I love you, Big Al," they would be suspicious of their wife. Jose, higher or lower than 55?
I agree with what Tim says here, but I'm going to go with the odds and go a little lower than that.
I'm going to go a little lower than that. Well, the actual number of men who said they would be suspicious of their wife if their parrot heard their pet parrot saying, "I love you, Big Al," is 68. It is not lower, it's higher.
Ah,
Love you,
man.
Al.
Exactly. I love you, Big Al. I'd be like, who's Big Al? There would be a conversation to be had nonetheless.
Yes.
Yeah, but Tim, you've got control. You've got that 10. What would you like to do?
All right, get rid of the 10.
All right. Be gone 10, and in its place we find a 6.
Kind of better. Let's go higher.
Going on higher than the 6. It's a 9.
I'm going to go higher.
All right, going on to try to type the match. Higher against the odds. Higher than the 9. It's a jack. He's done it.
Oh, wow.
With against the odds, we got it.
Yeah, very gutsy call by Tim there. Worked out well there. He picked up $500, but more importantly, has tied up this match 1 game apiece. So that means we're going to sudden death. Determine who's going on to the money cards. Remember, 3 cards, only 1 question to decide. And the question goes to our champion, Jose. Jose, this is a Card Sharks classic here. So we hopped back in the old time machine, went back to 1981, and we asked 100 Americans then, if the price was right, would you buy a Russian car from 1981? How many of 100 Americans said they would have bought a Russian car in 1981?
I'm going to say that is somewhere around the middle. I'm going to go 41.
41 out of 100 said they would have bought a Russian car in 1981. Tim, higher or lower than 41?
Well, back in '81, we inaugurated Reagan as president, and that was about the height of the Cold War. Some tensions between the Americans and the Soviets. So I would think that number would be much lower than 41.
I'm going to say even lower than that. All right, well, for all important control of the cards here, the actual number of Americans in 1981 who said they would buy a Russian car is 12. It is lower. And Tim's spot on there. Yeah, it was during the height of the Cold War. Reagan was just put into office in January of that year. And a lot of distrust going on between the USSR at the time and the Americans there. So, Tim, you've got control of the cards for the sudden death game. I'm going to show you each of the base cards, and then it's up to you to decide if you want to play it or pass. Remember, if you do decide to play, you do have the right to change your base card if you don't like it, all right? So we'll start by showing you Jose's base card first. He has a 4. Tim, you have a 6.
I'm going to take it myself.
Okay, you're going to play it yourself? All right, do you want to change the 6?
We will change to 6.
All right, a very important change here. Let's hope it's a good one for you. That 6 now becomes a jack. Call both cards correct. You become the new champion. Miss, and Jose remains as champion.
All right, let's go lower than the jack.
Come on, lower than the jack. No, it's a queen, and Jose is still our champion. Well done, sir. Tim, fortunately, you can leave us here with $500 in cash, along with some nice party gifts. But thank you for playing. Hopefully see you again real soon, all right? All right, Jose's up to $5,400, and he's going to go after another $32,000 in the money cards right after this. Welcome back to Card Sharks here. Jose picking up his second victory now, up to $5,400 in cash. He's ready to take on the money cards. Jose, you know how this works. Start you off with $200 in the bottom row, work your way across to there. Till you get to that second row, we're giving you an additional $400 of new betting money and 3 more cards. Remember, minimum bets are $50, and please bet in $50 increments till you get to the top card of the big bet. There you must bet at least half of what you've got. And if you get stuck on each row, you can change 1 card on each level with one of the 3 extra cards we deal out on the side of the board. If you can go a perfect double all the way to the top of the board, it is worth $32,000 in cash. And I'd love to give that money to you. So you ready to play?
Yes, sir.
Best of luck to you. Here, let's deal out those cards. Here's your $200 of betting money right about there. And I wish you good luck. As we start you off with this money card with a 5.
All right, good card to start. We're going to bet $100 that the next card is higher.
100 higher than the 5. It's an ace. $300 and a great card.
All 300 lower.
Can't lose on it, so let's bet it all lower than the ace. A deuce. $600.
All right, yes. All 600 higher.
Going on all of it higher than the deuce. A 7.
Yay.
There you go. $1,200. Let's move that 7 up to our next row. We'll give you additional $400. You have $1,600 now and a 7.
And I would like to change that card with number 2.
Changing with card number 2. That 7 now becomes a queen.
All right, the card, we're going to bet $600 that the next card is lower than the queen.
Going on. $600 lower than that queen. It's a 4. $2,200 now and a good card.
All right, 600 again, higher.
600 again, higher than the 4. It's a 7. $2,800, sir, and now a middle-of-the-road card.
We're going to bet low here. We're just going to bet 100 that the next card is higher.
$100, going higher than the 7. It's a 10. $2,900. We move that 10 up to the big bet line. Do you want to keep it?
No, I would like to change it with number 3.
Change it with card number 3. Your big bet card for this game is going to be a king. You have $2,900. You must bet $1,450.
We are betting $2,100, $2,100 that the next card is lower.
All right, for $800 or an even $5,000, $2,100 lower than the king. That's a 6. He's got it.
Yeah.
Well done. $5,000 for Jose there brings him now up to $10,400 in cash. Well done, and he's going to take on another opponent as we have more card charts coming your way right after this. Stay with us, folks.
Welcome back to Card Sharks, ladies and gentlemen. Jose is still our champion now with $10,400 in cash, and he's getting ready to meet our next opponent. So let's meet her. Welcome her back. She was our original champion coming into this season. She's back for a second chance at it. Please welcome in my fiance, Sunny. Glad to have you back on the show, babe. It's like you lost. Yeah. Who did you end up losing to? It was Jason.
No, it was freaking Mel.
Jason.
No, it was Jason. Or,
Yep, it was Jason.
Jason.
yeah, but I think that was during the first season, though. I would say you haven't lost this year yet. You lost to Jason like the end of the opening episode. No. That's why we keep notes around here occasionally. All right, you ready to go again? All right, well, best of luck to you both. Let's get right into this game of Card Sharks. First question this round goes to Jose. Jose, we asked 100 actors and actresses in Hollywood. Have you ever had to be nice to someone you didn't like in order to get a job? How many of the 100 actors and actresses said yes, they did have to be nice to someone in order to be able to get a job?
Okay, good one to start with. Well, this is another one of those questions that could go either way here. But I'm going to say that 45 of them would have to be nice.
45 out of 100 of them said they would have to be nice in order to get the job. Sonny, higher or lower than 45? Let's say higher than that.
Go, Sonny!
Well, here to tell you, the actual number of actors and actresses who said they did have to be nice to someone in order to get a job in Hollywood is 53. It is higher.
Well, again, I was in the ballpark in that area.
Yeah, very close, but unfortunately, Sonny gets the question for that one. So, Sonny, you're going to get a chance to start with your opening card for this round, a 5. Changing that 5. The next card off the top of the deck, the 5 becomes an 8. The bloody snowman up the middle. Going on lower than the 8. It's a 2.
Oh,
Higher
wow.
than the deuce. An ace.
Oh, my God.
Lower than the ace. It's a jack.
Oh, no.
For game 1 of the match, a $1,000 bonus lower than the jack. It's a 7. She's got it.
Nice, Sonny.
The clean sweep there. $1,000 bonus for sweeping the board, plus $500 for winning the first game of the match. Just like that, $1,500, and you're already up 1 game to nothing. Jose, are you worried yet at this point?
More like intimidated at this point. He did the same thing I did when I faced him earlier.
Well, that is the case here, unfortunately, but now you get a chance to really try to play catch up here as we clear the board off and go ahead and deal off the cards for game number 2 now. And as always, our challenger is going to start first in this one. So, Sonny, this first question is for you. Sonny, we asked 100 married women, when your husband is in a romantic mood and you're not, do you feel guilty about it? How many of 100 married women said they do feel guilty about it?
Go with 53.
53 out of 100 of them said they do feel guilty about it. Jose, higher or lower than 53?
Let me think about this here, because so if the man was in a romantic mood but the woman was not,
That's correct. How many of the women would feel guilty about not being able to?
well, and in some amounts of relationships, usually the woman is the final word, and she's not feeling it. She's not feeling it. I don't think most of them would feel guilty. So I'm going to go lower.
Say lower than that. All right. Well, the actual number of women who would feel guilty about not making love with their husband when they were in the mood is 54. It is not lower.
What?
Sonny off by 1. Nearly picking up the $1,000 bonus
Well,
there.
zip it.
All right, so that means, Sonny, you get control of the cards first once again. We start you off with a queen. Going on lower than the queen. It's a 4.
Boy.
Going on higher than the 4. It's a 5.
Oh, boy.
Gonna freeze right there. All right. Taking a 3-card advantage over Jose here. I'm trying to become the new champion. Go to question 2 now. This one is for you, Jose. Jose, we asked 100 people divorced 7 times or more. That's an interesting audience to poll on this one. I want to know how do you marry 7 times and get divorced that many? I'm like, you're just not finding the right one? I don't know. Anyway, interesting question here. We asked 100 people divorced 7 times or more. Honestly, are you a difficult person to live with? How many of them said they do admit they are the difficult person to live with?
Oh, this is interesting. But again, like you said, how do they even find these people? How on earth do you get married 7 times and then get divorced like that? That makes no physical sense. But with those people, I would think it would be a little high number. I'm going to go with 56 of them would say that.
56 out of the 100 out of the 100 people divorced 7 times more said they were the difficult person to live with. Sunny, higher or lower than 56? She says we're going to go lower than that. I'm interested to see what the answer is on this one myself. How many of them are going to be honest? We'll find out. The actual number, 100 people who were divorced 7 times or more said they admit they are the more difficult person to live with is 47. It is lower.
Wow. Okay.
The fact that half of them actually admit to it is mildly impressive. Let's see.
Usually the people that are really difficult to deal with usually don't realize they are, so they don't see that they are difficult to live with.
Yeah. That seems to be the case here.
Because they're assholes.
In some cases, perhaps. All right. Sonny, you've got control of the cards. You've got a 5.
Let's change it.
All right. Changing that 5. That 5 now becomes a 7.
Oh boy.
And before you ask, no, you cannot change it again. No.
No, you cannot. You cannot. Them's the
Going
rules.
on. Higher than the 7. An ace!
Oh no, it's
For
over.
the game and the match to become the new champion lower than an ace. It's a 2. She's a new champion. Well done, Sonny. $2,000 for you. You're going to go on the money card in just a second. Jose, unfortunately, we're going to say goodbye to you here, but you're leaving us with $10,400 in our thanks for playing, all right?
I did my best against the GOT.
All right,
It's still
Sonny's
fun
playing the
regardless,
money
even if I didn't
cards. Yeah, Sonny's going to get a shot at the money cards that she'll play right after this. Stay with us. Welcome back to Card Sharks, a new champion now. Sonny with already $2,000 to her credit. Now she's going to get a chance to play the money cards. Sonny, as you remember, you know how it works. First, on the bottom again, $200. Work your way across those 3 cards to get the second row. Get an additional $400 there. 3 more cards there. Remember, minimum bet's $50, and then $50 increments till you get to the big bet card, where you must bet at least half your winnings. And again, perfect double all the way to the top gets you $32,000. And you're going to change 1 card on each row with one of the 3 cards on the side of the board, right? Good luck to you. Here we go. We'll deal out the cards. Here's $200. And we start you off with this game with a deuce.
Let's do
Yes.
200 higher.
Yep, can't lose on the deuce. So everything higher than the 2. An ace, $400. Betting it all, $400. Lower than the ace. It's a king. $800 and a king now.
Boy.
800 lower.
Betting it all again, $800. Lower than the king. A deuce. Perfect on the bottom row, $1,600. We move the 2 up to the next row. We have the 400 more. We up to $2,000 and another card. Oh, it is.
Okay. Let's do
Again, you can't lose on the
a
2.
little bit higher.
There you go, $2,000. All of it higher than the 2. An ace, $4,000.
Wow.
Boy, this.
How did it go?
Oh.
1,000 lower.
Going all again, $4,000. Lower than the ace. It's a 9, $8,000, and we finally find a middle of the road card.
Let's stick with number 1.
Changing with card number 1. All right, important change here. That 9 now becomes a queen.
Wow.
Go, say.
7,000 lower.
Oh, not going for it. All right, but it's her choice. It's her choice. She's going $7,000 lower than a queen. It's a 6. $15,000. You move that 6 up to the big bet card. Do you wanna change it with number 2? An all important change here. Your big bet card is a 10. You have
All right.
$15,000. You must bet at least 7,500 on this one.
Ooh.
All of it lower.
Oh boy.
I'm going to say
Oh boy.
Good luck. For
no.
nothing at all.
Lucky
Or
story.
$30,000. All of it lower than a 10. She's got it. $30,000 for Sunny right there. Added into what she's got, she now has a grand total of $32,000 in cash. Sonny, I'm extremely excited for you, but my only question is, why didn't you bet it all when you had the 8 grand off the game?
Exactly.
In the first half, take the board for 32,000. Why did you do it? Get you from it. Okay.
Oh my god.
Just in case the cards are just finally going to be a dick to me.
Well, this was an opportunity. Somebody could have had it, but fortunately, but hey, that's still the high score off the money cards there. $30,000. It gives you 32,000 now, and more importantly, you're our new champions. That means you're going to come back next time and try to play some more. And that's it for this episode. We are all done here with this episode of Card Sharks. We thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you like the series and want to see more of it, check out the playlist here on the channel. And if you want to subscribe to see the other great game shows we've done, past, present, and future, click that subscribe button down below and ring the bell. That way you never miss out on all the fun and games going down here at MVG Productions. And until the cards are dealt out once again and we give someone else a chance to try to win $32,000 in cash, I'm your host, Brandon Scribe, saying thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time right here for another new episode of Card Sharks. Take care. Bye for now, folks.
This is your announcer, Michael Gentry, speaking for Card Sharks, an MVG Productions presentation.